Look at that. Sensational. That is Boston cream pie cheesecake made. Oh, layers, crispy base, cheesecake, custard, chocolate. Hi everyone, welcome to Backyard Chef. I'm Rick. Today we're making a Boston cream pie cheesecake. Taking the cream pie and we're making a cheesecake. On here, digestive biscuits. If you have graham crackers, you can use those. I'll leave a recipe in the description. As per usual, giving an alternative for using digestives or graham crackers. And I will be using a 9-inch springform tin, and I have lined it out. So all we have to do is give these a smashing up. We want biscuit crumbs. There you go. Just a minute and we've got smashed up biscuit. Take a bowl, chuck them in there. Okay, here comes a baking tip which you don't hear hardly anywhere, to be quite honest. Now, this is going to be quite a loose crumb, but we can firm it up a little bit by adding 1 to 2 tablespoons of ordinary flour. And that can be gluten-free flour too. So if we add about 2 tablespoons of flour and we mix all that in there, that when mixed with the butter is going to give us a more solid base. So there's a baking tip for today. Now, not a lot of people know that. Melted butter in there. Give it a good mix in, fully incorporate it. Make sure your oven is on and preheated for 160 degrees. Take your springform tin, which is lined, and dump that lot in there. Get it round, even it out a little bit before compressing it. So there we are, about 30 seconds, smoothed out. Let's move that. That goes in the oven and we bake that in the oven for about 10 minutes. Next job for us, while that's baking in there, we can knock up the filling. What we've got in here is cream cheese. That is sugar. We're going to just give that a little beating in there. Now this is quite hard, this cream cheese, so it could go everywhere. We're going in there with our sour cream. And we want about a teaspoon of vanilla. Let's have that in. Little scrape round, bring it in. Okay, we want to be adding our eggs about 1 at a time, but I don't think these are going to drop in there. We'll see. Go on. We got one in. Now I am going to add about half a tablespoon of corn flour at the same time. We've got about half a tablespoon of corn flour left with that other egg. Stop it from curdling. So in there with that other egg, in there with that corn flour, give it a whiz up. Give it a bring in. And that is our filling made. All we got to do now is wait for this to come out the oven. It's got to cool down a little minute, and then we're going to put this in. So that's our job done for now. Okay, let's just move that out of the way. Now just let it cool down. Okay, that's cooled enough. All we're going to do is pour our filling over there. Aim in the middle, let it get itself out there. So try and smooth it a little bit, just give it a little jiggly. It should bring itself in a little bit, you know. Now it doesn't have to be smooth. We want it to bake fairly smooth. It won't be covered in chocolate. That'll do for me. Look, there's a few little lumps and bumps on there, but I'm not going to try and smooth it all out with a palette knife. That will do just fine. Right, that's going in the oven. It's going to bake for about 40 to 45 minutes. Now what we're looking for is it to set up all the way around there, but the middle to be slightly jiggly. Doesn't always work, but we have to have it set, not runny. So it has to be set up in, so it'll be cooked all the way around there coming in, and in the center it wants to be slightly jiggly. So we'll have a look in about 40-45 minutes. Let's get that in there. Okay, when it's done its time, what we're looking for is a bit of a wiggle on there. Just a bit of a wiggle. So we're going to turn off, and what you have to do with something like this, you have to wedge the door. Just wedge the door open and leave it to cool down in the oven for about an hour. Okay, we've had about an hour. There you go, that's our fantastic base there. It's got a crack in it here, but we're not going to worry about that because it's going to have cream on the top of there and then chocolate. You ain't going to see that. That is fantastic. Look at that. Right, that's got to go in the fridge to cool down. It's got to go in the fridge for, up to about 4 hours actually. So let's get that in the fridge. Right, we want some pastry cream. We want cream on the Boston cream pie, obviously. Empty pan. Now you can do this loads of different ways. You can put your milk in the pan, warm it up. You can blend all that together, the eggs, the corn flour, the sugar, a little bit of salt. And then you can temper it with the milk nice and slowly, and then put it all back in the pan to heat up. Or you can do it this way. That's the sugar. That's the egg yolks. That's a little bit of milk. That's a whisk in. A little bit of salt. A little bit of vanilla. Want some corn flour. Want some more milk. And that is the basis of our custard right there. Now what we're going to do is stir some butter in after we've heated this up. We want to heat this up, get it slightly thickened, and then we're going to tip the butter in. So on your cooker, you don't have to go crazy. We want to heat it up until it starts to thicken. We're making custard. So just a nice little gentle stir on there till it starts to thicken up. Now it's not going to take too long. It's got a couple of tablespoons of corn flour in there, so it will thicken as soon as the heat hits it. I can feel it thickening now. I'm going off with the flame altogether. We don't need the flame on. Let's put that on there. And that is our custard mix. That is superb. Right, we want to be going in there with that melted butter. That's going to give it a superb richness in there. So that's it. That is our cream filling there. So all we're doing is letting this cool down a little minute. It's way too hot, and then we're going to put that on our Boston base and just smooth it over. So there is our cheesecake base on there. Now if you've got one of these smoothie things, smooth it out. That will do nicely. We don't have to go any more than that. It's going to have chocolate on. That is our Boston cream cheesecake up to now. Back in the fridge, let that set. So we're going to let that set up for about an hour, somewhere around about there, an hour and a half, and we're going to make a chocolate ganache. This is cream in here, and we're just going to warm it up till it's steaming but not boiling. Under here I've got chocolate sitting on top of boiling water, just giving us a head start. Now my cheesecake has only been sitting in the fridge for a couple of hours. Now I don't recommend doing this until you've chilled it for 4 hours or overnight, but we're going to go for it anyway, and hopefully it should be okay, because we're going to cool this down after we've melted the chocolate. Okay, I reckon that's warm enough. Let's turn that off. So there's our chocolate, and that is our cream on top of there. And all we got to do is stir it all in until we get a chocolate gunge. So there we go. We'll just leave that to cool down. It's too hot to go on at the moment. It will melt the custard. So what I'm going to do is transfer that chocolate to there. Just make it easier for pouring. We are going to do something really crazy, which I wouldn't recommend anybody doing, but if you want to give it a go, try it. This is set up enough. It's custard, okay? This has cooled down, I think, enough to pour over this custard. Now, common sense says pour all that chocolate inside there, stick it in the fridge, and leave it another couple of hours to set up. Well, that's the common sense. So we're throwing common sense out of the window try for something different with the chocolate running over the cheesecake. So it could work, and you'll never know unless you try, and I'm hoping it's set up enough to do this. Now that looks pretty good to me. So that is our Boston cream pie cheesecake made. Right. I hope this works. On there with some chocolate. Come on, run. Run, run, run. Keep it smooth. Run, run, run down the sides. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. It's going, but it's not going enough. Oh, come on. That's got it. What a nice top on there. Look at that. Oh, there's a bit missing there. Look, come on quickly before it cools down. Okay, we are going to get that in the fridge. Let it set up for about 3/4 of an hour. Just set that top up. And once we set that top up, we're going to get off this paper and we're going to put it on something and we're going to cut a slice. Come on, we're going to cut into this Boston Cream Pie Cheesecake. Right in here. Come on. This you've got to be ready for. Oh, oh, oh. Look at that. Boston Cream Pie Cheesecake. Come on. Look at that. Sensational. That is Boston Cream Pie Cheesecake made. Come on. We're in. We're in. Oh. Oh. Layers. Crispy base. Cheesecake. Custard. Chocolate. Boston Cream Pie Cheesecake made. Oh my word. Oh my word. That is absolutely sensational. Oh wow. Oh wow. No more words. That's a fantastic dessert. Really is incredible. It's light, it's fluffy, it's not overly sweet. Bang, you got the chocolate popping it at the end. Oh wow, that is definitely one to make. Wow. If you like what we're doing, tell your friends how easy it is to make the Boston Cream Pie Cheesecake. Really easy. It's a fantastic sweet. It's a fantastic sweet. There's no more words for it. If you like what we're doing, big thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, ring that bell. Catch you in the next video. Man.